Good morning, beautiful earth dwellers. This week I started my moon cycle and I wanted to take you along on some of the rituals and routines that I like to incorporate during this time to really help me stay grounded and present. And during this time of shedding to also help assist any letting go that I need to, any clearing out and cleansing of what no longer serves me. The first day of my cycle is always the most intense and also the most introverted. So usually on the morning of, I like to simply warm up a hot water bottle and lay on the couch or in bed and read. I feel like during this time, these texts are extra potent to me and they just resonate on a deeper level. I'll take you for a walk in a little bit. Just give me like another 30 minutes or something, please. This time I can feel very sensitive and also very receptive. So a big part of my moon cycle routine is to spend time in nature. I feel very connected to the nature and land spirits. And so spending time to connect with them feels extra potent to me. During these walks, I really like to take in my surroundings, to see the way the light filters through the trees, how the wind rustles their leaves, to feel the earth, to touch the trunks of the trees, and to really deeply listen. This witnessing of the natural world that I inhabit also allows me to witness the inner landscape of my own microcosm. Noticing the shifts and changes in the seasons around me and how they play a part in the world within me. Feeling how the cycles of nature are moving through my body during this time makes me feel way less alone and just part of a greater whole. It makes me realize that what seems like chaos or dysfunction or disruption at one level, on a higher level, is working within the greater whole and is actually working in perfect harmony with the world around it. For a gentle walk and also a freshwater swim is also super relieving to my cramps, my low back, my hips.
Come over here where I can see you. What's this up here? Go, what's that over there? Go get it. This is one of my absolutely favorite places. Pip, get away from the edge. And this is one of the reasons why I actually don't come here very often, is because it kind of makes me a little bit paranoid having Pip with me. She got really close to the edge of the waterfall over that way and I had to like call her back, and then she got a fright and she kind of nearly slipped and I just almost had a heart attack. She's pretty good. I think she just gets super excited. So it kind of freaks me out how excited she can get next to cliff faces. One of the most solid parts of any moon cycle routine that I have is getting out into Mother Nature. It's so replenishing and nourishing and healing. And especially just being in a natural body of water. I love ocean swims for that cleansing energy, but with waterfalls or streams or rivers, any fresh water, I just feel like it's so healing. I feel full and enriched by it. So that's why I always like to kind of come and be in the trees and the earth, somewhere cooler. I just feel the energy of nature so much more deeper during this time, and I already feel it pretty deeply. It just feels extra magical. It just feels extra magical. Come on. What's this? Yeah, good girl. Wow. And whether you are on your period or not, whether you have a period or not, get outside, get into nature. It's so therapeutic in so many ways. Be barefoot in nature. I feel like this is one of the things that make me feel so grounded and earthed, is just like walking barefoot. I didn't walk barefoot up here because that hurts. I have done it like twice before and it hurts my feet so much because it's like mostly stones and gravel. But while I'm up here, it's just so nice to feel like my feet on the rocks and on the earth. And I know I've been saying that I'm kind of looking forward to like winter coming, but I am gonna miss days like this or afternoons like this. Yeah, while we're here, I feel like we should all just take a nice deep belly breath, listening to the beautiful sounds of the waterfall behind me, the sounds of the birds. I hope you can hear them. Just exhale everything out of your system. Exhale a little bit more out if you can. Pause. Deep breath in. Release the belly, let it drop in. Once you fill all the way up, take a moment to pause. And then sigh it out the mouth. So beautiful. I read a lot during this time. My reading of choice at the moment is sacred or spiritual text, as I feel like I'm very receptive to a lot of the lessons that it has to teach, and my spirit just feels very fulfilled reading these pages. Love them as they are, however, as extensions of the self, not of the egoic self, but of the true self of all. No other reality exists. That one self exists in all things. Images swirling, haunting, dreamlike, come and go, changeless forever, yet forever changing. Until you know yourself in infinity, you will have to live alone with your dreams. The chasm between you and them, between you and everything in existence, yawns ever wide and defies you to cross it. What do you think about that? Do you love me as the true self? Do you love you as the true self? Yeah. It's a nice sunny afternoon.
Should I do some yoga and then we can go for a sunset walk? What do you think? High five if you want that. Yeah. Yeah. Good girl. The first day, depending on how good or bad my cramps are, I will take a break from yoga asana or potentially just do some yin yoga poses, which I'll share a bit more of with you in this video later on. But as I start to feel my energy increase, I can start to incorporate more vinyasa flow. I typically like to keep this very mellow though, and just keeping the movement super slow and thoughtful and present. Any movement that I do choose to do is usually there to either help me relieve some cramps or to drop me into a deeper state of presence and witnessing. And yoga asana can be a real portal to which I can access that. On about the third or fourth day of my cycle, I start to feel my divine feminine just coming alive within me. I feel very playful during this time. I like to dance and run across the beach. I like to sing a lot more. Anything that's very creative or that feels like that embodiment of divine feminine. Yeah, good girl. Up. Yeah, good job. Wow. Today it appeared to be dancing along the beach or running after Pipit.
Just like looked up and there's this beautiful pink cloud. This just bright pink cloud. This is the cloud. This is the cloud I'm talking about. The sky is a work of art. Nature is magic. Get it?
I just wanted to show you a couple of my favorite yin yoga poses that I like to do during this time of my moon cycle. I'm also, as you can see, lighting some Palo Santo. I really like to use this time as a cleansing because it's just such a powerful time of releasing and clearing up stagnant energy, of letting go of things that don't really serve us. And I specifically kind of focus down here into my womb space, into the sacral region, drawing little circles around my knees, around my womb and my belly. Obviously, like your uterine lining is like shedding during this time. It can be an especially powerful time to release and let go. I wanted to show you a couple of my favorite yin yoga poses that I like to do during this time. If I'm feeling especially crampy, if I have any low back pain, which I usually do, these are kind of the first poses that I go to release and relax the muscles, but also just to bring me into my spirit and into myself. The first thing that I usually go to is a supported child's pose. I have obviously lots of props around me. I just really like being cozy during this time and comfortable, so I'll usually have a blanket underneath my knees, one block on the highest height, the second block on its medium height, and then I take my bolster. You can use a couch cushion, a pillow, and I just place that there. My big toes are to touch. I bring the knees either side of the bolster and just really shimmy it nice and close to my belly. Drape my upper body over onto the bolster and just come down like this, really allowing the low back to release, allowing the belly to let go. I like to just drape one cheek to the bolster and just drop my arms either side and just drop into some really nice deep breaths. Using the breath during these poses can be extra beneficial, just extending your exhalation. So maybe inhaling for a count of 4, pausing for about 2 or 3 counts, and then exhaling for a count of 6. This will just help drop you into parasympathetic nervous system, really help you relax and ease in and center into your body, spirit, and breath. After this one, I just really like to kind of bring my legs out in front of me to either side, almost like coming into a little straddle. So taking the legs like not super, super wide, maybe just at like a V, and then just leaning, bringing my forearms onto the bolster, really coming forward onto the sit bones. So you've got kind of like that cow tilt in the back, and then just bringing the forearms onto the bolster, dropping the chin into the chest, perhaps bringing the thumbs up to the third eye center just to connect with that pineal gland, drop you into a state of witnessing, of being, of presence, and again, just taking some deep breaths, just allowing yourself to drop in, so not being too like caught up in like technical cues, just kind of moving how it feels good. You can even do like a couple of little pelvic rolls. I always like to do this, like kind of barrel rolling my chest around. It helps me get into the hips and into the low back. I find my hamstrings can get really, really tight during this time, and it just feels really nice to open up there. I just bring my legs out in front of me, soft bend into the knees if you like. You can bring the bolster onto your legs and you can just drop chin to chest, or you don't even really need the bolster here. You can always just kind of drop down, spilling the sit bones forward so you're staying long through the spine, or you can round, like just feeling into your body and what it is calling for at this time. Again, any of those like organic movements of the spine. The next pose that I like to do is Janu Shirshasana. This, you just bring the sole of one of your feet into the inner thigh of the other. Walk the hands out in front of you. You can bring the forearms down if you have space. If you like, you can also grab the pinky toe side edge of the extended foot and just really pull your upper body over the leg. I love this stretch so much during my period because it gets into my low back, which is probably one of my tightest areas, especially on my period. This area just gets super tight and held. You can also just use that pillow or bolster, bring it to the inside of that extended leg and just walk your arms out onto it and make this just really nice and gentle and cozy and delicious. Another one that is super good, and just move with some cat-cows. So as you inhale, you drop the belly, lift the sit bones, lift the chest, and then as you exhale, you round through the spine, tuck your tailbone under, chin comes into your chest, pushing into that space between your shoulder blades and really tucking the tailbone under here. Like I always like a couple of wriggles. I feel like that always feels really nice. But on my period, I especially love like the inhaling here and letting the belly get really, really heavy. I like to sway the hips lots and just like kind of move organically here, so then you can kind of take it into some barrel rolls, some figure eights of the spine. You can even like kind of sink back into child's pose, ripple forward, just kind of really moving intuitively and organically. You can do those cat-cow motions just from here. So as you inhale, you kind of bring your hands to your knees, really kind of like pulling the chest and heart open, let the gaze drop back, let the chin lift. And then as you exhale, you just round through the spine, really tucking the tailbone under, chin tucks to chest. Inhales, open you up. Exhales, close you down. And again, you can do those same intuitive motions here. I actually always really like doing this one on my moon cycle because I feel so feminine and like a bit of a goddess here, just allowing my hips to roll around, allowing my belly to be really soft. I do really like a figure four, so you can kind of just take the feet out in front of you, take the hands back behind you to support. I'll just use the right foot, so you would take the right foot and hook the ankle on top of the left knee, and you just kind of allow the knee of that right foot to kind of press towards the front of your mat, and you can just like sway side to side here. This feels really nice. And then the closer you bring your chest to your shin, the more intense the stretch will be. So you can just kind of play it however you feel it. You can also do this on your back, and you have the same position with the legs, and then you can even take a clasp of the hands through the keyhole there and just pull that left knee into your chest as you send the right knee to the front of the mat. My favorite hip opener is
even more gentler than that, and it's just an easy sukhasana. So I just cross one shin in front of the other, allow the soles of the feet to kind of come out so that they're in line with the knees. And you can just kind of sit upright here. You can even grab that bolster and have it on top of your knees and allow yourself to fold over that way. Or my preferred one is to take a block and just have it out in front of me, and I just walk my hands out and I just kind of stay here at first, just kind of swaying some space, doing some little barrel rolls of the chest because that always feels so good. And then I just like drop my forearms down and I bring my third eye to rest onto the block. Eventually have the space open up and I can kind of come down onto my forearms and just allow my chin to drop down into my chest. Such a nice space of introversion. Feel into the energies moving into my body. And so I really like this one as a closing posture, either in one of those kind of more introverted poses, the supported child's pose or the sukhasana. I'll just kind of drop into that extended exhalation breath, and we can just do a couple of rounds here together. So if you just find a comfortable seat wherever feels good to you, on your next exhale, just exhale everything out completely. Next inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brief pause at the bottom. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 2, 1. Exhale 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Deep breath into the belly. Big sigh out the mouth. During this time, we can be really, really sensitive to energies and the natural world and our own inner vibrations. And I just think using this time as a space to channel into your source and come into your spirit is just like super nourishing and nurturing. I'm going to close with a little sound healing. So I just have my root chakra bowl here. Feel free to just close your eyes and enjoy the vibrations. Just get nice and comfy. Maybe take a couple rounds of deep breath. And just listening to that sound as it slowly drifts away. Noticing if you can still hear it even long after it's gone. If you can hear it in your body and in your spirit. Deep breath into the belly, let it fill up. Deep sigh out the mouth, let it go. 2 more times like that. Inhale, fill up, let the breath fall into the belly.
Take a moment to pause at the top there, retaining, suspending the breath. Let the breath fall out the belly. Let it go. Last one, inhale, fill up. Exhale, sigh it out. Thank you so much for joining me here today, friends. This was absolutely magical to share this space and time with you. I feel like even though I film this and then it takes me a while to like edit it and then get it to you guys, I do feel like there's a connection that happens here, and it's really, really beautiful. It almost feels like a form of time travel, but like it just goes to show that energy really does go beyond time and space. And I just really value you for being here, for showing up and giving yourself love and compassion, so that then you can take that same love and compassion and give it out into the environment that you inhabit. It's such a beautiful thing, and it's such a powerful thing. I'm going to sign off this video here. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really supports me. And yeah, I just really love sharing this space with you. And until I am able to see you next time, namaste.